I hear a lot of Black Americans come on social media and say that they are not Africans, they are Black Americans and should never be identified as Africans. And Africans do the same bullshit. They come on social media and say that they are Africans and should never be identified as Black Americans. Are you serious? Do you really think the white man see you any different from the both? Our official identity or status in America is African Americans. And majority of you that are in college, whether you're taking undergraduate program or master's program or doctorate program, will agree with me that if you write a paper about Black nationalism or slavery or African American issues and you use Black, your professor will flunk you.
Okay, I have no idea what he's talking about. I've been at three different universities, one community college. I have no idea what he's talking about when he said what he just said. He has no idea what he's talking about. First off, I think you need to understand English if you're gonna come to America. You can't even speak proper English. Like you can't even pronounce your words correctly. So that's number one. Learn the language. The second thing is, again, I say this all the time, and I made multiple videos on this before. I'm so sick of these tethers. And they should be sick of themselves, to be honest. To think that the identity of yourself has to do with white man. They give white people so much credit. White people is God to them. White people is really, really, really God to them. Or not even just white people. The white man. But then when they say the white man, they never identify what the white man is. It's just the white man is gonna care or isn't gonna care. Or who's the white man? They never identify what the white man is. It's just the white man. And the thing is, your identification doesn't go under the spectrum, or not the spectrum, but your identification doesn't have to be agreed to by the imaginary white man. I don't understand why they believe this, think like this. Again, I think it's the pedestalization of that they view white people as. I don't view white people as inferior. I don't view white people as anything other than another human. But I know that my identity is what I identify as, and it's what I believe in. I don't care what a white person thinks about my identity, and I don't think a white person should care what I think about their identity. Who cares? I don't think a Latino person should care what I think about their identity. Now, I can have an opinion, but who cares? Nobody brings this question up or asks this question when it comes to any other race or ethnicity. But when it comes to Black Americans, from these people, and it's always tethers. You don't hear this from anybody else. You always hear this from tethers. Well, the white man is going to care about your identity. We are the same when I come over to your home. Like, no, we not the same. We not the same at all. We don't have the same history or anything. Stop worrying about us and worry about your own. We have nothing to do with you, sir. Not at all. We have nothing to do with you. So you're right. I'm not African. I'm a Black American. And it's that simple. You can't move to somewhere. You can't move somewhere and then become those people. That's not how that works. Like, just because I was born on your soil doesn't mean that I become your ethnic group. And that is exactly why Black Americans are delineating. Right now, I can say exactly why, but that's a part of the reason why we're delineating, because people have been able to tether onto us for so long. Listen to what he just said when he started the video. We was at 49 seconds.
I hear a lot of Black Americans come on social media.
Already he started off saying little Black Americans. So you're already being disingenuous and disrespectful with that, but let's keep going.
And say that they are not Africans, they are Black Americans and should never be identified as Africans. And Africans do the same bullshit. They come on social media and say that they are Africans and should never be identified as Black Americans. Are you serious?
They're right. If an African comes over to America and say, I am not a Black American, I'm an African, they're correct. So yeah, they're serious because they're being truthful. An African is not a Black American. A Black American is not an African. So yes, they're being truthful and honest. That's how they should be. But, and again, you have people with, again, low IQ that don't know anything. They don't know any better. That can barely speak English. He should probably go back to his dirty, dilapidated country.
So will flunk you. You know why? Because that is not a formal or official identity used for African American. Many Africans are married to Black American women, even have kids by them. Even Black American women travel to Africa to get married to Africans. And you are going to come with this identity crisis, race war that that you are this, you're not this, you're Africans, you're not Black Americans, you're Black Americans, you don't even know how you sound.
No, I don't think you don't know how you sound. I don't think you know how you sound, actually. First of all, Black American women ain't running over to Africa to get married. That's not happening. Do you have some Black American women who go to Africa and just so happen to get married? Sure. Do you have Black American men that do that? Sure. But stop acting like it's just this like crazy crisis going on where it's just masses of Black American women running over to Africa to get married. No, most Black American women are dating and marrying Black American men and procreating with Black American men. The majority of us are not procreating with you, nor dating you, nor marrying y'all. You have some, sure, but not the majority. It's not some crazy crisis going on.
You all don't even know how you all sound.
You all don't even know how you all sound. You like, come on, man.
You all sound stupid to the
stupid
white people. That's how you.
What'd he say? Hold on, let me go back.
You all sound stupid to the white people. That's how you all sound.
He don't even understand that he sounds stupid. So his entire ideology is through the lens of whatever white people are going to say. This is what we talk about when we talk about the effects, the historical effects of white supremacy, because what it does is it puts people in a mind state to think that they are less than. It puts people, and this is why I always speak on this victim mentality thing, where people have created this narrative to where they feel as though they can't do anything, they can't operate in any type of way, they can't move around, they can't exist, they can't be successful, they can't go to work, they can't get a job, they can't get a car, they can't get an education, they can't do anything, and they can't identify themselves, they can't have a sense of self, a sense of livelihood, a sense of personal I guess even self-love, unless white people say so. This is what the effects have done to people like this. And he's not even American. He's an African. And this is the mindset that he has. And this is the mindset of a lot of tethers. They pedestalize these people. And that is the problem. I don't pedestalize nobody. I look at everybody as the same. Although I have my preferences, I look at everybody as the same as far as equal. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to situations like this, as a grown man, why you want to be a professional victim and say, well, what's about the white people and what's that going to think? Who cares? What if I said, what about the Latin people? You wouldn't bring that up because you don't pedestalize them. You pedestalize white people. White people are God to you. And that becomes the problem. I don't look at life throughout like that. Nobody's stopping me from doing nothing. I can do whatever the hell damn I want to do. I'm 27 years old and I've lived damn near all over the country. The only place that I have not lived in America is the West Coast, but I've been to the West Coast multiple times. Nobody's stopping me from doing anything that I want to do. I'm not, this skin color right here is not a handicap. And I think a lot of people struggle to understand that. I'm not saying that things, I'm not saying that there's not forms of a system that's still racist. I'm not saying that there aren't forms of companies and banks and things like that that can discriminate or be, anti-black towards people. I'm not saying those things don't exist because they absolutely do exist. The point that I'm making is that doesn't stop you from being and making a way. And unfortunately, it is what it is. But how are you going to overcome it? How are you going to overcome it? How are you going to get past that? And that's always my mentality. I don't pedestalize these people, man. These people are not God to me. I'm a man and I can figure things out as a man. You go out there and figure it out. You don't sit around all day complaining and crying and I'm a victim, and people is doing something to me. You're not doing nothing. You're lazy. You're a bum. You don't want to get up. You don't want to get up and go out there and put in the work. That's why you're poor. White people aren't the reason why you're poor. Nobody's the reason why you're poor but you. It ain't white people. It ain't black people. It's you. You're the reason why you're poor. You're the reason why you're uneducated. You're the reason why you're lazy. You're the reason why you're fat. You got women on the internet talking about we're fat. Black women are fat because we have different bone structure and we fat because of white people. It was a woman who made a video saying that. So it's the white person's fault that you're smashing your hole in your face with burgers and pizza and fries. That's the white man's fault. Stop it. That's nobody's fault but your own. And don't throw black women under the bus by saying they're just naturally big. No, black women are not naturally big. That's a lie. Go look at black women from the 1950s, the 1940s, the 1960s, the 1970s, the 1980s. Tell me if the black women in that generation were fat and just obese. No, they weren't. They weren't. The problem is a lot of you people are lazy. You men are lazy. You men don't want to get up and go to work. You men don't want to do anything. You're lazy bums who think that you deserve something because you're older, or think that you deserve something because you exist. That's not how life works, fellas. You got to go out there and get it. Stop complaining all day and crying and pedestalizing another man because you want to be a weak, delusional beta male. That's your problem. That's nobody else's problem. That's not anybody's fault but your own. Let's keep going.
That's how you are sound. There are two generations of African Americans in America. The first generations are those who were actually harvested in Africa, where the white Caucasians went to Africa, harvested Africans, and brought them to America and the Caribbeans as slaves. The second generations of African Americans are those who came willingly, and I belong in that generation. Those who come willingly and they have to go through hell, like a lot of they go through to get a visa to come to America. And we come here and we're tearing each other apart, fighting over identity crises. No, it don't make no sense. We better get it together.
I wonder, do you bring this exact same logic up with all the tribal warfare that's going on in Africa, sir? I bet you don't bring this logic up then. I bet you don't bring this up then. I bet you don't got no video on your page talking about the tribalism going on in Africa. These people never talk about these things. Y'all notice that? They always talking about American things, and they're so focused on America, but they never talk about the tribal warfare. They never talk about the reason why they left their homeland. Think about that. These people love to be so, they first of all, they either come to America and they hate America, right? So they hate the greatest country in the world. Or they come to America and they become super, super, super patriotic. One thing that all these people have in common, though, all these immigrants, and this isn't just African immigrants. This is immigrants across the board. I don't give a damn if they're from China. I don't care where they're from. When they come over to America and they either really, really hate this country or really, really, really love this country, right? They become super patriotic or super anti-American, communist type of vibe. One thing they all have in common is they come from a shithole in different forms. And just because you got some type of structure and economy there doesn't mean that it ain't a shithole. That's one thing that all these people have in common. They came over to America for a reason, because their country is inferior. So they have to make a decision. Do I come to America and be real patriotic so I can appease to the white people and get the white money? Okay, cool. So all I got to do is just shit on black people all day, become a conservative? Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Or I can come to America and really, really hate America and shit on black people all day for having an identity crisis. All I got to do is shit on black people all day? Cool, I'll do it. So they pick a side. But one thing they all come in agreement to is that they're going to find a way to shit on foundational black Americans. They're going to figure out a way to do it. Whether it's telling us that we don't know who we are, we're African, and America ain't shit in this ancient country, and America, blah, 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 blah. They still over here. And they got to pick a side. Or they pick the other side, like I just said. The very patriotic, you people, blah, 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 black fatigue, black crime, black. So there's two sides of the same coin. This is why I always say, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I lean conservative. I lean right because of my viewpoints, political viewpoints. But this is how these people operate. This is how these people operate. It's two sides of the same coin. So the quicker people realize that, man, the quicker, things can get done. But people like this, low IQ and idiot.